Piedmont College baseball is rich in tradition, dating back to the days of Baseball Hall of Famer Johnny Mize. But in recent history, it was the 2008 season that put Piedmont on the map. 2008 was a historic season for the program that finished the year 34-14, posting the best winning percentage during head coach Jim Peeples' career at Piedmont. The Lions were ranked in the top 10 during that season and earned the program's first ever trip to the NCAA Regionals.
First, it was a feeling of accomplishment and a kind of a weight off of our shoulders, although we had a strong chance near the end. We didn't know for 100% certainty that we were going to make it in, but once we got that call and it was official for us to, that we were going to a regional, it was special. Everyone was nervous, and you could tell that in the first game.
Despite some nerves showing through in an opening loss, the Lions bounced back to win against top-seeded Salisbury University in Game 2, in large part thanks to a strong senior class.
That team had a group of guys who had been playing together for 4 years straight, so it was a team of brothers for the most part. Heavily, a lot of seniors on that team, so that really helped. But and we had gone through the ups and downs before we got there, and I think that it took that before we could really take that extra step forward and make the regional, which that was the biggest thing for us because we hadn't done it before.
When Evan and that group of seniors came into the program as freshmen, they were our best players and they needed to play, and we threw them to the wolves really against really tough competition. In 2007, we had a little bit of a setback. I think we all thought we were going to be better than we were, and it just didn't work out. But they were committed. I mean, there was 100% commitment to what we were trying to accomplish, and you could see that from the moment they got back on campus that fall. And we weren't going to be denied. They had been through so many hard times getting to that senior year that they had the right experience to get them through it.
You said it really well, the experiences that we went through to get to that point. And I remember back, and even in games that we were down or where it looked like there was not going to be a chance for us to come back and win, there was never any fear that we couldn't get it done.
But the road to the regional was a challenging one. After having a 2-1 series win over LaGrange just days before the Great South Athletic Conference tournament, the Lions dropped a contest to the Panthers on the second day of tournament action. After that loss, Piedmont had to win 3 straight, including a pair against LaGrange on the final day, in order to win the GSAC Tournament title.
As we talked about going through those experiences in the past 3 years, it kind of prepped us for that, to get to that point in that stage, and there was never any fear that we could get the job done.
When we lost, I remember being in the hotel the night before we had to play the doubleheader, and I was confident. I knew the kids were confident. I knew they weren't going to be denied. That's probably as confident as I've ever been in what a group of guys were going to do before a ball game. They were all in the right mindset, and they had purpose, and I knew they were going to get it done.
For his efforts in the tournament, Nissley was named the GSAC Tournament Most Valuable Player, capping off a stellar senior season.
For me, it was just kind of icing on the cake, I guess. It was nice to be able to have a good individual performance that game and that weekend, but there were guys that had very good individual performances. I just happened to do it at the right time.
It wasn't just a great weekend. Evan had one of the best seasons of all time in the history of our baseball program. We don't do what we did in 2008 without him having the year that he had.
While the 2008 team made history with the program's first NCAA regional appearance, the team had its sights on a more lasting impact in leaving a legacy for the future of Piedmont baseball.
One of the big goals for us was to start a tradition, start something that, teams that have been seasoned, that have Emory and some of those Marietta, some of those teams, so that when these guys come in now, they can look back and say, okay, well we've had some players before, and our expectations are high for you.
When Evan's group came in, that was really our first group that was our own guys, the guys that we were responsible for, the guys that we recruited, the guys that were, I guess, buying what we were trying to sell. The things that they accomplished. I mean, winning a first regular season championship, winning it again, winning the tournament, making an NCAA tournament. I mean, he told you, we talked about building a tradition, and his class was really the ones that were ultimately the one that kind of elevated us to getting that tradition started.
Part of me, I'll be honest, when I come back here, I get a little little sad because, you miss it a lot. But that sadness is replaced with, proudness of what they've accomplished since then, and being able to come back and see that is awesome.
The success the Lions had in 2008 didn't end there, as Nissley credits his time in the green and gold with giving him the skills necessary to succeed after the game.
Going through 4 years and playing baseball here is just the first step. And what it does is it lays a foundation for you to succeed later in life. And in the business that I'm in, I'm a mortgage banker. I do residential home loans. So what we do, it's so self-starting that, if I didn't have a foundation of Coach Peeples and Coach Dombrowski and Coach Scaly to lay for me before I got out of college, then, I would have fell flat on my face.
I'm just so proud of what these guys have accomplished now that they've left. That's really where I get my joy, and just see what great men they are today. I love these guys, I do.
To make it out to ex-players' weddings and events and still stay in touch, and that to me is the best part of it all, is that you may end playing in 4 years, you may be done in 4 years there, but you're always part of that family.
That's the stuff that means the most, that I get to continue being a part of their life. So it was a great group of kids who have turned into great men.
With Nissley's class laying the foundation for what Piedmont baseball is today, the next generation of Lions can look to those who came before to remember the importance of enjoying the ride.
The school itself is an awesome school. The teachers, the professors, they really give you the tools that you need to succeed. And the advice I would give to someone coming into Piedmont is to cherish this time. It's going to go by really, really fast. You're going to walk in as a freshman and feel like you've got 4 years to mess around, and it's going to be and they always say college is the best 4 years of your life, which it is, but it goes by very fast. Set goals for yourself early and really work hard on a day-to-day and even down to an hourly basis to achieve those goals.